All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. We have Kevin, the healing medium, in the house. We're going to do some
Hi,
personal
everybody.
readings. We're going to do some personal readings today and some mediumship questions if anybody has those. Please just know, submit your questions in all caps with a
Mediumship
couple.
question
Was the volume on?
was on.
We're good now. All right. So if you have any questions you want to submit, go ahead and write them in all caps with a couple like heart emojis and I'll get those starred. Just please keep in mind though, if I will ask before I'm doing the questions just to make sure that you're still in the chat, just so that everybody that's here that has a question, we can try to get to as many as possible. If anybody wants a mediumship question, please put the name of the person and like the relationship, and because names for me help me kind of tap into their energy a little bit easier. All right.
Awesome.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody who's joining.
Mhm.
Please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe if you're not already. And please go over to Kevin's channel and subscribe. If I could have a moderator put his link in, that would be awesome. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you, Kevin?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me on your channel. I'm reading in the comments like two Kevins. Hi, Kevins.
Me too.
How we'll manage that, I don't know. But thank you for having me on your channel. And yeah, I wouldn't say I'm new to the community by any means. I've been pulling up a chair, sitting on the couch with lots of my friends on their channels over the last year. And it's such a beautiful community, and the family in the chat room. I've just been, drawn back week after week, sometimes day after day, watching people's channels. And I say full-time, but it feels like it's full-time medium. And I do, a ton of private and small group readings many days of the week. And I felt that I didn't know if I wanted to do my own channel, but I kept coming back to this community and then ventured into something where I thought it was going to look a certain way. And what came out of it was my own channel. So I'm happy to say that I started my own channel about a month ago. And it's interesting because I looked at when I started that channel, and it was last May. So it's been a year that I've actually had the channel, but just started doing the live. So yeah, it's a great place, and it's a way of connecting and giving back and, raising my own vibration and hopefully raising other people's. So yeah, I'm honored to be here. So thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, well, thanks for reaching out and setting this up.
Yeah, you're so. I mean, it's great. I love reading with you. I mean, your energy alone and how you read, and I think the ethic and the integrity is first and foremost for me. And so recognizing that in you, where you work a certain way, feels right and in alignment with how I would want to be read and how I read. And I'm not saying that that's, there's only one way of reading or not.
Right.
That's not it. But I love your unwavering integrity in this. So yeah, I love it. I'm curious how long you've been reading.
Well, I'll say I've been messing with like the tarot cards and doing that for probably like 4 or 5 years. I really got kind of hooked on that around like the 2016 presidential election in the United States is when I really taught myself to learn tarot. Doing readings probably about 2 years, but I'll say once I took my Reiki class and got that Reiki attunement, it really helped with raising my vibrations and that connection to my guides and how I get information. My gifts really developed a lot in that time. And I think that's ultimately what gave me the confidence to start my own channel and, the confidence in my abilities. So, really like reading probably like the last year, but
cool.
Learning.
I think the Reiki and the hands-on, I know I can relate to that. And I've heard like countless people recall that was pivotal in their unveiling of their ability. And yeah, that I mean, when you put your hands on somebody and you're supposed to be quiet and you're a conduit for this energy, this universal energy, it's like all of these things are happening. You're wanting to talk and it takes something to not, but I'm glad that prompted this for you. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's so cool.
I mean, I always was very sensitive, especially as like a kid. It actually scared me for a while, so I kind of blocked it for like the longest part. But I would have like moments where like that gut feeling was super strong, and like psychic dreams, even though I'm not a huge dreamer. But just like and then just getting like that random thought,
Yeah.
of like information. So I think for me, what really helps is with the Reiki, you're channeling that high vibrational energy. And if you think of it
Mhm.
as energy work and raising that vibration so that you're more compatible with those who've crossed or your spirit guides, that information comes in a lot more clearer and louder, if that makes sense.
I love that. Yeah. That's good information.
I don't know. That's what helped me anyway, if I think of it more as energy work.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Try to
Amazing.
get some questions here. And I'll just say too that you said that you had your channel like a year and really just now recently started. I struggled with it for the longest time, and had it not been for the Reiki and the pandemic, I probably wouldn't have started my own channel.
Mm.
But I'd been bugged by my guides for like a few years to do it. Um, and I just wasn't confident with it. And then finally I just got out of my own way and was like, I'm just gonna do it. Let's just see where it goes. And here we are today. So
Yeah. Were people telling you in that? Like, were people saying like, "Oh, you should do it," like, in reflection? Were people maybe
yeah.
aware? Yeah. I love that.
But
Same.
I was also getting that connection from my guides too, like pushing me in that way. And I think
Yeah.
especially with like I mostly do politics, and,
Mhm.
and so I think as our community started to develop and we had like Linda G start her channel and all of the other like veteran readers, and watching them, I just felt that connection, like this is what I am meant to do.
Cool.
But yeah, definitely had a lot of people in the community that's so supportive. They're all so wonderful.
Mhm. When you know, you know.
Right. I'm just trying to start some of these questions real quick, and then we'll get started.
Look at all these lovely people in here. Yes, lots of Kevins. Kevin
Kayla
and
said,
Kevin. Kevin squared.
we're not going to know who now when you say Kevin in here, no one will know which one you're talking about.
Totally not. It's okay. We'll probably both respond.
Well, at least like last time we worked together, we had Sharon with us, so at least it's just the
Mhm.
two of us, so we're not going to get confused. And when Sharon's saying Kevin, we don't know which one she's
You
talking
too.
about.
Totally. Yeah, so many voices in my head.
All right. So if Earth Mama is still here, she's saying, I do have a personal question. Our
Mhm.
son is dating a new woman. She's actually a principal of an elementary school. What do you see for him? Earth
Oh,
Mama, what's your son's name and his girlfriend's name?
Kevin 1 and Kevin 2. There you go. I won't remember that.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, there we go.
Ty and Mindy. Okay.
Our son is dating a new woman. She's actually a principal of an elementary school. What do you see for him?
So I'm assuming the question is, what do we see for him with that relationship? If that's going to be long
Mhm.
term or any details?
Mhm. Oh. I'm just curious, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but is there children? Does she have children? See children. Maybe it's the kids. I don't know if it's elementary, but I'm aware of the kids with her. Earth Mama.
Or does he have kids not
Mm.
with her? Like bringing kids into the relationship, I think.
Yeah,
None for her. Okay.
No. My son has two. Oh, okay, that's it. I'm like, there's kids. I'm like, okay. And I think that plays into it.
I do think that there's a lot of respect for each other. Like, I feel like it's like I feel like they communicate really well together, which is so important.
Yeah, the community. Did you? I was listening, but I wasn't listening because I was listening. But did you say something about the communication?
I said I feel like the communication as well. There's a lot of mutual respect. There's a lot of
Oh,
love
okay.
there too. But what I pick up, and I don't know if it's, I think it's both of them actually. There's a lot of turmoil from past relationships. So they need to be more mindful about not bringing their past relationships into this one. I do get that there's a lot of, I'm getting a bunch of victory and triumph. So I think it's a good fit with the Ace of Swords and then crossed by victory and success. So it's leaving more turbulent times into calmer waters. And then at the bottom of the base of the deck, I have the Chariot, which is the Triumph card. So a lot of triumph and success. And I do get that there's a lot of love with the heart chakra below. And it's probably a bit steamy for them with the sacral chakra. So a lot of love. And I do feel like they balance each other out very well. But I am getting that clear warning with them not to bring that past, that emotional past with past relationships into this one. And I think it will be very successful.
That's funny. My throat chakra. I'm aware of that initially. Like, I feel like the communication is something that they will, their own personal development and growth within their own communication will be instrumental. I do get that get the lighting right. I pulled the making a difference card, and this feels like personal to each of them as far as their contribution and what they do. I feel like they're really making a difference in other people's lives. I pulled the Battle of the Blues card. So kind of stepping into the change. Yeah, it's such a beautiful deck. And the breaking, sorry for the lighting, guys. There you go. The breaking barriers card. So I feel like that plays into what you were saying, Kevin, about the they will have to make some changes different from what they did in the past. And that's the learning. And in their collaboration of being in this new relationship, I feel like it's like, it doesn't feel rushed. And I feel like they're both aware of just taking the time to develop things slowly. The jobs and the kids and the responsibilities that they have. But yet I do see the union, and it does feel really passionate, and it does feel like a like that saying, the slow and steady wins the race. That it feels good because at the end of it, it's like great and full. And so it's like this, it's this feeling of abundance and overflow in love. So yeah, it feels good. So the potential there, I feel at this time is definitely a yes. And so just the how they both come into it and what they both bring is definitely important. So yeah.
Their energies are kind of different too, and I think that they balance each other out. I think that they're a good fit in that aspect, Earth Mama. I didn't get any marriage cards per se. I think there's definitely potential for that, but I was getting that warning, to be mindful of the past relationships and not bringing those insecurities into this relationship. But I do think that they're a good match for each other. All
Cool.
right. Well, blessings, Earth Mama. I hope that resonated with you.
Yeah.
Let me look at something real quick. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lisa Foster, for your loss. All right. All right. So Carrie G, are you still here, Carrie? She's asking, will my oldest daughter, Amy, stay married to her narcissistic husband? Seems she's given all of her power to him and his family. If you're still here, Carrie, what's her husband's name?
The card jumped out. I'll be right back. Okay.
You got to keep the jumper.
Yeah, totally. Halfway across the room. I don't see that she's still here. Carrie G, are you still here? I didn't see the comment, but Lisa, I'm sorry for your loss if there was that. I didn't catch it.
I started your question, Lisa. I don't know if you were looking for a message from him, but I do have that started.
Oh, she is here. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. I mean, as I feel like I'm more aware of it's your daughter, yeah? Yeah. I'm more aware of her energy, and that's where Spirit's bringing my attention to. And I feel like she's actually very gifted, and I feel like she's having this and maybe the verbiage doesn't resonate, but I feel like she's having this spiritual awakening, and she's entering a period of her life where there will be big changes. It's like Spirit showing me she's looking in a mirror and she's bowing at herself, and there's this deep reverence about who she is. And kind of the card that popped out was the power of purpose. And I feel like she is stepping back into that feeling of inner strength and self-worth and self-respect. And I feel like in the next, I feel like these next months ahead will be, because they don't show me too far in advance, but it's like the next months ahead do feel like there will be transition. And so, yeah, I feel like this is a very powerful time where she's remembering her own strength is what they're saying. So with that can come change. So yeah, it feels good. It feels good around her. And for some reason they're not really sharing. I'm not connecting with his energy, and I'm okay with that. So all the best to her. Yeah.
I definitely agree. I think it's a transformational time for her, but I don't think that she's quite ready to leave yet. It feels like she needs a few like wake up calls and like aha moments in this transformational time for her to get that strength to end it, because it's not serving her. I'm just wondering, Carrie, does he make good money? Do you feel like the money is part of the reason like for that? Because I feel like he does well for himself. But I agree with you. He's coming through as the devil in my reading. So definitely very narcissistic. I was asking about the money because above, I get that she's feeling very stuck and like she's trying to hold on to the money. So I don't know if that's maybe was part of it or maybe what got them together, but she feels like she's stuck. Maybe like she can't financially depend on just herself. And I get that her voice has been a little bit muted, like her standing up, because she's very passionate energy, but it just feels like it's kind of stifled. In the past, I think that he treated her a lot better than what he treats her now as well. He was coming through as the King of Cups, so he was there for that emotional support. Now he's coming through as the devil. So, but I do agree with you, Kevin. It is kind of a transformational point. The wheels are turning. So I do think as she gets that strength and courage and those aha moments I was saying, I do see there's some kind of like defeat, there's some kind of loss. So I could see it definitely moving in that way. But I don't think she's quite ready just yet to give up on the relationship. But she's getting there, finding her own worth.
Nice.
Hey, Aiden. So I hope that resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So Connie is asking if there's a message from her uncle Chance, Auntie Ella, or Uncle Leroy. Oh, she does too, Carrie. I think it's just that financial independence. Like, I think she likes where she's at financially with both of them at the moment.
Whose birthday's in November, Connie? I kept hearing November. So something significant about November. I'm just trying to like tune into one of them. Connie, I love you. November.
No, Connie's birthday is in November.
Oh. Well, that doesn't help. I'm teasing, Connie. That's okay. So the big personalities, I feel like the leader, it's like they're all charging to take the lead. And I'm like, just someone stand a little bit forward. And they're all doing it at the same time. So that makes sense. But again, that doesn't help. Yeah, because I got the celebration card as well. So it's like the birthday.
With the big personalities, and especially Chance, he's the really like funny one. Because I just feel like I'm seeing a man like bellowing like his laughter, like definitely like to be like the life of the party.
And Connie, one couldn't talk. I felt like one couldn't talk near the end. I can't, like I went to go talk and I couldn't talk. Do you understand that? I can't swallow.
Yes, he was life of the party.
Might just be a collective message. Yeah. Connie, this is wild. And I know I've read for you before. I don't know when and whose channel it was, but I can't remember this exactly, but I feel like these might have been the cards that I pulled for you before. The Uncharted Sea and the Smoke and Mirrors. And maybe you can remember that, but it feels like the same energy that's coming up again. And I feel like you know what this is surrounding. And it's just, again, it brings me to this place of unsettlement, but that it's the reminder, it's like, so acknowledging how you feel in it, which can be unsettling, but that it's just temporary. So it's like in it, it's like, don't dismiss how this feels and this time. It's still perfect. But it does feel like I waver from the this is where I am and this is where I want to be. And so they're just reminding you to be in the embrace of this present moment, really focusing on the here and now is what they're saying. So I feel like you understand that. They're saying that you, and I do feel like it's a collective embrace as far as the message from them. I'm not getting a singular connection, although I'm feeling connection with your loved ones. It comes through as a group message, a group hug. So I'll leave you with that.
Connie was Chance. I feel like one of them had like struggled with alcohol or some kind of like had some kind of dependency
Mm.
because I'm getting that addiction really weighed heavy on them. If that's what I felt like it's alcohol though. But that his mind is so much freer now, where he's not, so wrapped up with that, and that he's so much better now on the other side. They all struggled with alcohol. I think it's chance that I'm picking up, Connie. Um, but just that so much better, and yeah, really kind of I feel like struggled towards the end. I feel like he was kind of happy to get out of his body. He wants you to know that he's not dead. He's more alive now than when he had a body. And I feel like one of them, you've had dreams of them, visits in your dreams. I don't know if it was chance. It might be Ella. But I feel like one of them likes to visit you in their dreams and send messages. One of them is surrounded by animals, so I feel one of them was a big animal person, and they're just letting you know that they're there to support you and that you'll be together again. They know that you miss them a lot, but they're always with you and sending their love, Connie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Chance had to have a liver transplant. Okay. One of them visits you in their dreams, though. I feel like it's your Auntie Ella. Okay, they had a lot of animals. Perfect. All right. Well, blessings, Connie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Connie B.
All right, Jillian, are you still here? Jillian says, I lost my brother Michael last June. He was in a lot of pain. We only found out by his autopsy he had cancer of the blood. We have a message for you. Yeah, you're still here.
I heard June 15th. Jillian.
Ooh, I just got overcame with emotions. I don't know if I feel like it's from you, all that grief because you were so blindsided by it. But I also feel like he's apologizing to you as well.
He keeps showing me fire, like flames.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that sadness I was picking up on is a lot of the guilt that you're still feeling over it, Jillian. Oh, I love that. He wants you to know that his passing was painless. He wasn't in pain when he passed. It was an easy transition, even though it was unexpected. And that he's just I got a lot of the same cards I got for Connie's reading, that he's just so much better now. I don't know. I don't think that he felt really good towards the end of it, but I think he is very strong and didn't probably share a lot of that too. Not necessarily that he knew that he had cancer, but I just feel like he wasn't feeling the best towards the end. And he just wants you to know that he's not dead. He's always with you. Very beautiful where he's at. He's at peace. And I get that he's very much a guide for you. Kind of like your cheerleader from the other side, Jillian, rooting on for you and helping you on your journey, pointing you in the right directions in life. And yeah, he's always there helping you. I definitely get that there was a strong connection there, and like I said, I still feel like that grieving is still there. It's a big emotional loss for you, but he's fine. He's at peace on the other side, and like I said, very much almost working as a guide for you, helping to push and motivate you in the right directions, Jillian.
Mm-hmm.
What are you feeling, Kevin?
I mean, I felt the overwhelm of the emotion as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it was interesting. The Spirit prompted me to look at the time, and it was 11:33 my time. So those numbers are really significant, and that's just a way of them validating. When you made your statement, or sorry, when you made your comment, that's what the timestamp was, Jillian. And so they're with us all the time, and when we draw our attention to them, it feels like they're with us, but they're with us whether our attention is there or not. And it's never a good time to lose a loved one, but there was perfect harmony in it in the course of his life. That was his journey. And I feel like he mentioned a period of time where I don't know if you were out of communication, but there was, I don't know if it was 2 years, but there was a change in the relationship that he was
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging. And so I think you said that there was an apology. I
Yeah.
don't know if that connects to that. But the message that he's bringing forward through the love, which was like heart, when Kevin felt it, I was like, okay, bite your tongue. Cause
I
I
literally
mean,
was feeling like cold chills down my back and just like extreme sadness. And I
yeah.
definitely felt a lot of guilt. And yeah, I feel like it was both sided though, like where he was apologizing to her for something as well.
It's so interesting. Yeah, and that's the thing, that our loved ones, they bring through these feelings of the emotion, and yet they are not attached to those feelings anymore. They bring them to our awareness so that we can have further understanding. And so that's why they bring that. So know that he is no longer in those emotions of the sadness or the sorrow or the upset or the pain. That as they transition, that is released. So he wants you to know that. And he's telling me, trust your intuition. Trust your
Mhm.
intuition in this moment. I feel like there's things where you can potentially be a little bit more flexible in your life. And like Kevin said, he's really with you in that. So through your dreams, through the numbers, through the signs, just let that be the extra encouragement and inner knowing, because he's saying, go with your intuition.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll leave you with that. Beautiful energy. Beautiful
Jillian
energy.
says he was at the end he was very bitter, so
Uh,
that could have been that disconnect or what he's apologizing for.
yeah.
I get to and obviously we all process things differently, but I think when we're in that sense of grief, it is a little bit more of a lower vibrational feeling, and so it is kind of hard to get those messages from him or to really pick them up. Um, like I said, we all grieve differently, but as it is a little bit, that grief isn't so strong. I think use that intuition, like Kevin said, because I think you'll start to pick
Hmm.
up a lot of those messages from it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm very sorry for your loss, Jillian.
Hmm. Thank you for the question. 97 people in the chat. Hopefully you've all done the like and subscribe to
Yeah.
Kevin's channel.
And subscribe to the
Like,
channel.
yeah, and the other Kevin. I yeah, I did this thing. I discovered the mirror image like on StreamYard for the longest time. Like left wasn't left was right, and
Mhm.
right was left. And then I found the button where you do the mirror like swap image thingy, and now left is left and right is right. It's the greatest thing.
Oh, is there a swap on there? I didn't know
There
about that.
is, Kevin, there is. Yeah, in the settings. You go to
I'll
settings,
look at
because
that.
I typically use Zoom for all my readings, and it's like left is left and right is right. So when I started using StreamYard, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I
It's
look like
hard
a
sometimes,
fool.
especially when you're showing cards, like where you're being directed at.
Yeah, found the
Are you
magic
still here,
button.
Reinhold? I hope you said your name right.
That's a cool name. Reinhold Neininger. I probably butchered that. Will I succeed with fighting my landlord property management? Ugh. I feel like you've been dealing with this for a bit.
Yeah, he's here.
I got dizzy. Oh boy, there's a card. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, I think. Okay, because I feel like it's kind of been like a struggle, or like things got delayed. I don't know if it's went to court or anything like that. But. Yeah.
The cards keep flipping. I'm also aware of your mom. I have to say that. I'm like, okay. I'm aware of your mom, the energy of your mother, mother energy.
Gina, I'm taking questions and starring them. I'm taking them in no particular order. So we'll take them until we'll probably good to stay on for like another half an hour to an hour.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well, I am getting a definite yes, Reinhold. Definite yes that you'll succeed in it. But be patient, because I definitely feel like you feel very stuck and trapped by this, and it's been a huge burden for you to overcome. But ultimately, yes, your wishes will be fulfilled. You have good news above you with the Page of Cups. There's that victory with the Chariot and that abundance and money. So I think you're going to have to be a little bit patient with it. I don't think it's going to be resolved like right away, but I do get a yes that you'll be successful.
It feels complicated, and it feels really layered, and there does feel like some dishonesty around it. And I don't think you're the only person involved that is that's been impacted by this. And I feel like I keep hearing like cover up, like it's like hide it, like, you know what I mean? The paper trail. So I don't know if you actually have evidence of the communication, but that could be really helpful. Because it feels like it's weird. It feels like not like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like really, I just get a weird feeling around it. And I do see it as
they were crooks too, and I kind of am picking up that they were pretty like slimy.
Yeah, but I don't think you're the only person that's been impacted by this. I feel like there's a bit of a like history there. And I do, along with what Kevin was getting around the timeline, it doesn't feel like instant gratification around it. And it feels like a bit of a journey. But that the message around it would be the reminder of not letting this, and I know it's easier said than done, but not letting them like it be all consuming of your entire life. That still they're showing me like be in a place of open heart and love. So being in this really open state versus like it really closing in on you, because it will affect, all aspects of your life. So a little message from spirit in that. And yeah, I wish you well in this. I wish you well in this. Those bad people. The whole complex.
But he's the only person fighting it, he said. So
interesting. Okay, no, I think I feel like there's something is going to happen where there will be a shift, and other people will actually join. That is what I get. I feel you. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. Interesting.
I agree with you. It does feel like it's a very kind of complicated situation, but I'm getting to be patient because I feel it's going to be a good outcome for you, Reinhold.
Yeah.
Many blessings. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Grace, are you still here? Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I really appreciate that.
Oh, that was kind. This deck, they said. Shay Kitty. 2 of my 3 favorite covens. So sweet. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sharon.
Yes, Grace is still here.
All these lovely humans. Well, most of you are humans.
Carrie.
Yeah, she's here. Oh, perfect. Will my cousin living with my son and his wife ever move out? What's that say? Stop feeding him cheese. There was a commercial. Never mind, maybe it was just in Canada. There was like the people that, I don't know, the kids wouldn't move out or something, and it was like, stop feeding them cheese. Anyways, does anyone know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I thought it was kind of a funny thing.
You're like, what's happening?
I definitely get, Grace, that your son is getting very fed up and frustrated with it, because I feel like the cousin is somebody that likes to take advantage, and it's just getting to be like a burden for your son and his wife, I feel. But what I'm feeling like is he's not going to move out unless he gets that nudge to do so. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, you have a month to find someplace else because this isn't working anymore. Like, kind of has to kind of stand up for himself a little bit, because I don't feel like he's going to go without getting that push, or give the push a little bit more than what he has been getting. But I definitely feel he feels they're getting frustrated with it. Thank you so much, Connie. Blessings to you.
Yeah, I picked up on the same. Like, it's like he is comfy cozy, and it's like, even though there's upset on the other side, there's like, he's comfy, and so I feel like your son and his wife are super compassionate and really sensitive, and so that is like, I feel like it's just a matter of having the communication and putting in place the boundaries. And it does feel like, okay, like you don't have to leave next weekend or right now. It's like, okay, in the next 6 months, this is kind of the timeline, and you'll need to vacate. So it's like the cards are saying, like, they know what to do. So it's just a matter of them, stepping into that. But it feels like, yeah, I don't think it's going to continue on and on and on. I don't get that feeling. I feel like it will, through the conversation, it will come to an end. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you were saying. Yeah, and very similar to what I was saying. I do think that he will eventually move out, but I think that it's hard for your son because he's very compassionate and giving and very empathetic. But what I'm getting is that, maybe they've already talked about him moving out, but things keep on getting delayed. Like, the energy feels very stuck because he's very secure where he's at, the cousin. And I get that the cousin's not very focused on moving out, just kind of like head in the clouds, not setting those goals for himself. But what Spirit's saying is that your son really needs to stand up for himself and kind of take that action. It's hard because he's very compassionate, but yeah, the cousin's a little bit too comfortable. And then ultimately at the bottom of the deck, I got changed. So yeah, that transition is coming, but I definitely feel like the energy's stuck at the moment. I think he's very comfortable with where he's at. So, but anyway, I hope that helps, Grace. Thank you for the question. All right.
Hi, Chris. Nice to see you.
So Mary asks, do my parents, Ralph and Anna, have anything that they want me to know? Yeah, very true, Chris. Sabrina, I'm not doing any health readings. I'm sorry to say. The cousin's a girl. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Just trying to go through and start some of these.
I see a dragonfly fluttering around you, Mary. A dragonfly. A dragonfly. Mm.
I think I'm picking up Dad's energy a little bit more strong.
Mm.
And I definitely feel like it's very much that cheerleader vibe. Like he's very proud of you. Well, thank you, Earth Mama. I appreciate that. Oh, and she has a dragonfly tattoo.
Of course you do. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Oh, I just got chills. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like I'm with both your mom and dad's energy. It's interesting how they're coming in together, and that's happening. It feels like, spirit, aligns us to all gather in these moments. And the theme sometimes is it can't, we shouldn't look past that. So they're first of all acknowledging that sometimes, within the community, we have, very similar desire and requests and, and so there's that. And so I feel like they're telling me this because I feel like it's really reflective of their relationship. It's like the unity between the two of them feels so loving. And yes, there could have been upset. That's a relationship, but how they are now is also reflective of how they were. And I feel this union between them, this harmony between them, and this love. And they're acknowledging your gifts and your talent. And where they're so encouraging is when you step into what is best for you and what really brings you joy and what you're passionate about. It's less about what they would want for you, other than the joy and the happiness and what fills you up. So that's okay. They're saying it again. It feels like they keep showing me this egg that's been broken open, and I feel like it's reflective of how things felt when they left this earthly experience. And so they just want you to not they're like, don't tell you what to do, but it's like, don't spend too long in that upset is kind of what they're encouraging. And yes, grieve, and yes, miss them, and yes, long for them, but they're still here. And even, that, even though that looks different, they're still with you. So, yeah. Yeah. And are you sisters? I keep hearing sisters, sisters. Maybe just a little acknowledgement to pass this on to, I don't know if they're sisters. Sisters is important. But yeah, I'll leave you with that. Beautiful energy, Mary, you have.
Yeah. I'm getting, like I said, I heard Dad say that I'm very proud of you. And did you recently take up like a new hobby, or is there something new that you're learning? Because I feel like there's something new that you're really invested in, Mary. and that I feel like that your dad and your mom are both very much supporting you from the other side and encouraging this. Um, and it feels like something creative, um, or maybe even like writing, like something. I feel like there's something new or something um, that you're learning or doing, like a new hobby or something that they're really proud of you for. Artist, okay, so that was
Mm.
like creative. Um, did mom suffer for a while before she passed? Because I feel one of them, it was kind of a struggle. Um, I feel like it was mom um, was suffering with something for a while,
Mm.
um, and that she was happy to get out of her body, but and maybe something that you feel guilty about with her passing. But she wants you to know not to feel guilty about that because that was
Mm.
her. It was her time to go, and that you have nothing to feel guilty about. There's nothing that you could have done to change the outcome. Does that make sense, Mary?
Mm.
Um, I get that very much that they're with you. They're just a thought away, and they watch over you every day, and they want you to remember all the happy moments that you created together. And maybe that's some going through that picture album, and having some of that nostalgia, childhood memories.
Mm.
Yeah, mommy suffered. Yeah, because I was feeling like it was like something chest related, but and I wasn't. I was feeling like maybe it was cancer, um, but yeah, I feel like she was struggling with something for a while. But I feel like with one of their passings, I feel like it was mom that you felt like you could have done something different, but it was her time to go, and she was
Mm.
very happy to get out of her body. Um, yeah, that's what I'm picking up. They're both very much with you, and they're just a thought away. They're always there sending their love, Mary. So I hope
Mhm.
that really resonates with you.
Nice, Kevin. Yeah, cancer. And the two sisters,
Cancer.
yeah. Do you see any changes for me in my work situation?
Carol, are you still here?
I
So
instantly
many of
heard
us are going.
like the changes are already happening.
Yeah,
The changes are upon you. It's like, yeah. Some
it's
feel
so
in your
interesting.
control and some feel don't. Sorry,
So
go
many of
ahead.
us are going through like career changes, and there's just like a big, I think with the pandemic, it gave us a lot of time to reflect on what isn't serving us anymore and finding that, our happiness matters. So rather to be in that job that
Mhm.
makes you feel miserable, a lot of people aren't standing for that anymore, and a lot of career changes and a lot of transformation. Yes, Carol.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, she is still here. Perfect. Yeah, like they're already happening. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a yes. Like there's some changes, and it doesn't feel like it's too far off either.
Mm.
But I get that you're very motivated for these changes, Carol. Like you're really driven and you're actively manifesting that change that you want with the work.
Mm.
And I definitely see that making that difference for you. Definitely feel like wherever you go, you're going to get a lot more fulfillment and a lot more joy.
Mm. They're highlighting November, and at first I was like, "Oh, like in November," but then they took me back to last year,
Mm,
November. So I'm curious about like if that's when you decided that like this was because I feel like there was a shift that they're acknowledging in past November. So last year, end of last year, but also taking me to kind of like this November. So it's like, it feels like they make me feel like it's you're in the driver's seat. And so the potential is, yes, you can change your job. You could actually change your job right now. You could pick up the phone and say, I quit. I mean, the reality of that happening might be, slim to none, but you're really in the give me the words. You're so in alignment for the change to occur. And so just being in that fullness really takes something as humans to really step into it and make the change that we want to. It starts with sometimes just the decision, and then we make our next best decision, and then we make our next best decision. And so if we stay in the moment of just making the one at a time decision, then that will really allow you to make the change. So yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I feel like it's already occurring and things are aligning at work, and then external outside of work to really to make that happen. And I feel that you are really responsible for that. So feels exciting. Yeah, it feels exciting. Yeah,
Hi,
that's all
Michael.
I got.
Very similar to what I was picking up and what my card said, and even what I was saying before, because I just feel this determination with you, Carol. I'm not sure what happened at the job, but it was this is the devil card in the traditional tarot. So something very negative happened, that you've kind of just had enough. And I see that you're actively taking those steps, manifesting to make those changes with the patience and planning. Because I feel like I agree with you. I feel like it's been something ongoing for a while, and now it's kind of like the waiting game. But I definitely feel like, yes, I have that new job or that new position, things changing, that prosperity begins above with the Eight of Pentacles, and very much that you're. This is the Judgment card. So you're waiting for that announcement, for that pact, that union with this new job. I definitely get yes. And this place that you're going to is going to be a really good place for you to build that solid foundation for yourself and be recognized for all that hard work that you do and all the achievements that you're getting. I definitely feel that where you're going is going to be a lot more fulfilling for you and bring you a lot more happiness, Carol. Yeah, it's kind of just like the waiting game. Continue to be patient and planning and to manifest, because I see really good changes for you.
I think that this was definitely for Carol, but also for some other people in
Oh, yeah.
the chat. I feel like it's very fitting. And hello, Michael. I saw you said hello. I'll take it. I'm Kevin. So I don't know if you met the other Kevin or not, but nice to meet you, Michael. That's so interesting. If I could, do you work
Yeah.
with the angels, Michael? I'm curious about that, because as soon as I said your name, the angels appeared. And so I'm curious if you work with the angels. Yeah. So good.
It's really interesting as you're talking about Michael and angels. I did a Reiki treatment it was last week or the week before. And it was the first time that I saw Archangel Michael. And it was such a powerful experience.
Kevin,
At first,
when was that, Kevin?
like a week or two ago, I
Oh,
actually
that's so
saw him
glorious.
while I was at somebody's heart chakra doing a clearing. And I think it was the heart chakra. But anyway, so at first he was so beautiful. He looked like a woman almost, like long blonde curly hair. Because I thought it was like a warrior woman angel. And then as I like tapped in a little bit more and felt the presence, it was so masculine, but just very very beautiful. It was very powerful. But like I said,
That's
it was my
so
first time
cool.
seeing him. When I call on him a lot when I do the readings, just or the Reiki, just to stay protected. And
Yeah.
usually when I'm doing the Reiki, he normally comes in as like a really bright blue orb is how he normally shows himself, because I can feel that energy. But that was my first time seeing him, and it was powerful. Very strong energy for sure.
Cool.
I don't know why I drifted on that. I guess
I love
Michael.
it. It was meant to be, yeah, no, it was meant to be spoken. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Because that's the thing in in this, we're not excluded
Uh-huh.
from what we need in it, and we don't necessarily like focus on that, but being aware of it, I think is really beautiful. So that spirit that they will, the healing goes where it's needed. And sometimes we're so often included in that, if not always. So I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for
I think in
sharing.
that situation too, there was some protection needed. So I think
Yeah.
that's why I actually saw him.
They know. Michael, I'm curious if you like, are you like, seriously? He's on TV? I don't know this. Is he on? Did you see his comment?
Says, hi,
Is
Kevin.
he
Nice to meet you as well. I'm not an angel, Kevin. I just play one on TV.
for real though? Are you on TV or no?
I think he's just being cute.
Well, I'm curious in this conversation because, and I'll tell you why, but I'm just curious. I want to see what you have to say about that
Mhm.
because it's just really interesting how yeah, I'm curious. Oh, he's just kidding. Okay. I'm going
Yeah.
to share this. So, this is a part about the angels. It's like
Mhm.
two things come to mind. One is how I thought the angels looked in my experiences and how they have presented. They don't necessarily look how I thought they were going to look. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, one of my guides that I work with, probably the least amount out of all my guides, but
Mhm.
I feel like I know him the best,
Mhm.
is the energy of Michael Landon, he was on Little House on the Prairie, but he also played in a series where he was an angel. And so it's just interesting that you said that. So, anyways, I mean, we're talking about Angel and Archangel Michael and Michael Brodsman and TV, and well, there
Well,
you
and
go.
that's very interesting too that you're picking up a lot of angelic energy around him.
Yeah.
Definitely when
Yeah.
I do the Reiki, it kind of feels like when you're channeling it, it just feels like so like all that unconditional love. It just feels very
Mm,
angelic in that sense.
beautiful.
Kenya, are you still here? We've been on for an hour. Probably take a couple more questions. Like I said, I have a bunch of them starred in no particular order, but I just want to make sure people are here if we're going to read for them.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
you're
Highway
still
to
here.
Heaven. That was it, Gina. Good memory. Mhm.
All right. So Kenya
Ah,
and Selena.
does my grandma Selena have something to say?
I get that your grandma, um, and it's it's kind of funny because it's kind of like the energy you think of a grandma. Like I see her like baking like cookies, so I feel like she was a really good like cook or just loves to bake.
That's awesome. She was like, "Don't speak with your mouth full." So you're saying like cooking, and I'm like, she's saying like, "Don't eat with your mouth full."
Thank
That's
you,
awesome.
Jeffrey. I feel like maybe you helped grandma make cookies when you were a kid.
Mm. Manners. Don't forget your manners. Don't eat with your mouth full. And she's going back to the month of May. And I know we just had it, but May was significant. The
Mm.
month of May. Mhm. Yeah. And I feel a bit of confusion. Um, I feel a bit of
Oh,
confusion in my
biscuits.
mind.
Okay.
Sorry?
She said biscuits, so I'm assuming
Oh, okay.
grandma made good
Nice.
biscuits, or she helped grandma make biscuits.
So good.
Because I feel like you two had a very special connection, and I just feel like you were so precious to her.
Mm. Mhm.
Did well, thank you, Jeffrey. Did my grandma have towards the end, did she have some dementia? Like I feel like she wasn't like her mind felt very like trapped in her body. Because she's saying that her mind is free.
Yeah, it was the confusion. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She says yes.
And I get too that she didn't have the easiest life growing up. I think it was especially her childhood, young adult years. It was a struggle. She's saying, you know, if she'd known then what she knows now, she would have lived her life differently. But I feel like it was like that struggle, like there was a lot of hardships, and you know, trying to piece everything together. But I get that you were very precious to her, Kenya, and you know, she's sending her love. She watches over you every day. Very special connection between the two of you. What are you picking up?
She's showing me, I walked up 3 stairs and I'm on the front porch of the house and I'm looking at the house, and the house is like white or light brown, and on the left hand side I can see a rocking chair, and then I feel like this is your grandmother, that she sat on the rocking chair and you were like crawling up to be on her lap. And so she's just taking me to that memory, and I feel like was so cool because I feel like I feel I have a lot to learn from her. And I was like, or she said, you have a lot to learn from me. And then I was like, I have a lot to learn from you. I feel like she was very gifted. And I feel like I kind of felt like I was in a time machine where I was like, the gifts or the abilities that she had were maybe not shared or exposed, but that she had this ability. And it's like I can see the teacup and like a glimpse of like that, like tea what's it called, like tea leaf reading. But I felt like she was very, I don't know if she did this, but she had the ability, is what she's saying. And I feel like she's a legend, and of course she is, but I feel like that's how people how people would just to view her would be like, she's this legend. She had much she taught many, and she was I feel like humbled in that she didn't, you know, that didn't make her feel like she was better than anybody else. She was still so relatable. So cool energy. And it's something I kept seeing, the lion, the Leo there. So what, I think that's August and
end of July,
July.
end of July to August. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm a Leo.
she's highlighting. Oh, interesting. She's highlighting the Leo as well. But cool energy.
Oh, interesting. She said yes, she was gifted, and that was her house when she lived in West Virginia. And then she said she would look at people and read them.
So cool. Yeah. Nice, Kenya.
Well, blessings. Thank you for allowing us to tap into her energy. All right, cool. Let's see. Sophia, are you still here? I'm a July Leo as well. July 29th is my birthday. I think not that I'm a cusp, because I'm like a week, I think, into Leo, but I feel, I don't know, a lot of me feels more like watery, like Cancer energy. Yes, you're still here. Perfect. All right, so she wants to know, will she find her forever home in the near future?
Oh, Sophia.
I feel I do feel a move coming in that you're going to be really happy with, but I feel like not necessarily in the time frame that you're wanting, because I feel like you're just very anxious to find it now, and I think it's out there a little bit still. And it's so, you know, the housing market, it's so darn expensive, and with the interest rates being
Mm-hmm.
raised, it's so much more. It's going to be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, you're anxious. Yeah, feel that.
Aw, thank you for acknowledging that. Kevin's wonderful.
You're wonderful too.
Wonderful,
Kevin's
wonderful.
Kevin's are just wonderful names.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I get so mad when people say that the male equivalent to Karen is Kevin because it starts with a K.
Stop
Like,
it.
Kevins are not Karen. No offense to
Not
any
at
Karens out here. I'm
all.
sure all the Karens in our wonderful community are all very sweet. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sophia, I do feel like a move's coming in, but my guides were just saying, not as quickly as what you'd like, I'm afraid. But be patient because I think you're going to be really happy with this new house when it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, yeah.
This was the first card that popped out was
Ooh,
the
I love that.
yeah, Angel of Miracles. And that's just it. Like that's what angels help us with. They assist us when we give them the permission because they won't override or
Mhm.
interfere, if you will, unless we give them permission. So just it feels like the energy of they're acknowledging the barriers that are there, the challenges that are present, but that expanding beyond what is temporary in those challenge or barriers, that yes, you can find your forever home. I did feel like it's like you're gonna find a home and then you're gonna find your forever home. And I'm just being that's just what the one of the potentials in this moment are there for you. So it's not saying that the next home couldn't be your forever home, but we have many potentials, and
Mhm.
depending on what we choose, we have free will in it, that can look in this moment different ways. So yes, so it's like, and it's like put the bar high, because I
Mhm.
feel like there's that this will exceed your expectations. So really put the bar high, and yeah, I do feel that yes, you will find your forever home. I'll leave you with that.
Yeah. I'm definitely picking up too. I know that you said that you're anxious. And spirits say, let that go. Get in that manifesting vibe with the magician. Just be
Mm,
really positive and all those things that you're looking for in the house. Act as if, that you have that things like the house that dream house of yours you're already in. And that kind of energy will manifest and bring that house to you, I feel like you're working really hard to get the finances for the house, but I feel like you're still working at it because right now you're feeling very restricted and trapped. Maybe where you're
mm,
at, but also with finding that house. I do see some things going in a new direction for you, and yes, ultimately that chariot is there. That movement. So I say yes. I think it's going to be a little bit later than what you're hoping for right now, but just continue to be positive and to manifest, you know, that dream house into reality. Yeah, you're feeling trapped. Yeah.
uh,
I think that helps with the anxiousness too, but try
mm-hmm,
not to overthink it so much. Try to find a space where you can, just be really grounded and work on raising those vibrations a little bit and get into that positive manifesting energy.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and that starts with our thoughts for sure, Kevin.
Hmm.
That's it. It's
Absolutely.
big. And that's the thing and I think that's, just really reiterating that it's temporary, that everything is
Hmm.
temporary and this too shall pass. So just really be, acknowledge where you're at, of course, but that it's temporary. And if we can sometimes attempt to outframe from this, like the not so good, the
Hmm.
stuff that feels heavier or more challenging, yeah, it's temporary. So all the best
That
to
was
you,
great advice.
Sophia. Mm.
All right. All right. I think we're only going to do one or two more questions. So I am closing the list. And like I said, I'm just kind of pulling at random. Cindy Loomis, are you still here? You're welcome, Sophia. Blessing. want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. It's been a fun time, and really feel that connection and vibration working with you, Kevin. Just is so much. It's so great. So
I feel that too, Kevin. We'll have to do
yeah,
this
yeah,
more often or regularly for sure.
yeah.
When you know, you know.
Yeah, Cindy's still here. All
Yeah.
right.
Cindy Loomis.
See, when I read her question, I felt more instantly connected with her sister, Leona.
Oh, was that a joke or do you know her?
No, I mean,
Oh,
when I read the question, I felt her
oh,
presence come in.
oh,
So
got it. Oh, I didn't even read that part. That's so funny. It's so funny sometimes. I think I black out.
it's hard. I'll say it's. We all make it look so much easier than it is. But when you're doing this kind of work, you kind of have to get into that, like you said, like you like black out, like kind of like that not non like
Yeah.
logical mind, and it makes
Like,
it
Kevin, get out of
hard.
the way.
It makes it hard when you're talking with somebody and trying to keep up with the chat
Mhm.
and all that to turn that on and all that back and forth. Sometimes it can be a little distracting.
Yeah. Like dispatch.
Yeah,
I feel like would you understand your dad's energy? Like he came out of the gate like with a joke, and it was like I went to grab my cards and he pulled the cards away and he was like, "You don't need those cards." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." So I feel like I'm curious if you would understand his energy in that, the humor and the fullness of him. I'm curious if you would understand that, Cindy.
now follow your heart says would love to see a weekly collab with both Kevin. Love you together. Thank you.
Aw, that's so
Yeah,
kind. I
he was
love
a
your.
jokester, Cindy says.
Okay. That's awesome.
The sister's death, really kind of
Oh, my
unexpected, I
heart.
feel like, Cindy. Or was she younger when she passed?
Mm.
Because she's coming through as a younger energy to me. Not like a child, but like a younger adult or like young middle age.
And would you understand the heart condition? Um, I think it's with Dad.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, cancer.
March. And the month of March. Month of March. And the other L female name. The other L female name connected. Oh, interesting. Oh, he was born in March. Okay, thank you. And then also the gentleman with the heart condition. His dad.
Cindy, I'm feeling like the sister's passing was very hard for you because she was so young. Like I said, I feel like it was a little unexpected, but she wants you to know. She said it twice in these cards that she's not dead. There's no such thing as death. Because she's more alive now in spirit form than whenever she had a body. I also get too that she's saying she's sorry for something, and I feel like maybe there was like a disconnect between the two of you towards the end. Because she's saying she wished she told you more often how much she loved you and how much you meant to her. And when I saw this card, I got instant body chills with that, and like somewhat of a sadness. I feel. She wants you to remember her by all those happy memories that you created. All those childhood memories, and I feel like there was maybe a drift from that connection as close as you were when you were younger into the adult years, and she's very sorry for that. But she wants you to believe in yourself. Maybe the confidence has been a little lacking lately because she's always there to support you, and you'll be together again. She's always with you. Yeah, it was hard.
Cool.
I was picking up her energy, like I said when I saw that, but I got body chills with the she wished she told you she loved you more. So
It's interesting again, like the request for message from more than one person.
Mm,
That's so curious to me. And they took me into the garden, and I feel like there is um, a lot of emotion that happens in that garden in the remembering. So I don't know if you would understand the garden and the flowers and the it feels if maybe this word doesn't fit, but memorial around that, the
mm.
recognition and the conversations. I still feel like those are happening, and I'm curious if you would understand. Oh, what was it? Tell me. Um, Oh, would you understand a recent, somewhat recent relationship change? Because it feels like you were walking this path, and it's like the relationship has changed, and it feels like upon that, the energy I feel is like new beginnings. So there's something that has um, eh, uh, something. There just feels like new beginnings, and in relation to relationship, and sometimes that can be with self, but I do see someone else in that. Um, yeah, and just like lots of abundance of like love, and you have the things you need, is what they're saying. You have that. Yeah, it just feels like my dad was an avid gardener. Yeah, interesting. Um,
I was feeling when you were saying like a memorial too, like
mm,
was there like a plant that was planted for a loved one that passed, maybe like a memorial garden? Is that kind of what you were feeling? Or like something to
I
honor that
it just
person?
yeah, I'm outside, I'm in a garden, and I feel like the energy is there's like conversations that didn't get done in the when they were here in the physicality, that they the conversations, I feel like they're still happening. And
Mm.
so it's so curious where, sometimes, oh, and that ding was not, did you hear that ding, or is that
It was
just me?
my water bottle. When
Oh,
I
I
went
think it was
down.
it. And there was a chime that went, and I don't know what actually that chime is, but the timing is really important. So
Mm.
it's validation that the conversations that you're still having, and the feeling around that, you still can have those conversations. So whatever needs to be said from your point of view, is still the potential of that is still there. So if it's not literally you're in a garden, maybe that was just the validation for your dad, that you would understand, but the conversations and the communication is still happening. So that's what the message was. And then yeah, then kind of new beginnings again, transition,
She said that
changes.
the change is my improving health and I'm growing flowers this year.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. Hmm.
All right, everyone. We're gonna do one more question and then call it a day.
Hmm. Thank you, Cindy.
All right. Aries Wanderer, I saw you were in here earlier. Are you still here? She actually lived before me and my husband bought this house. Um, we lived in East Lake, Ohio, and I think that's where
Hmm.
she's from. So
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
And it's a very small town too. So
Ah.
hey, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Happy Pride Month. Happy
Hi.
Pride Month to everyone. Hmm. Happy Pride year. Happy Pride like decade and life and all of it. Hmm.
Are you still here, Aries Wanderer?
I don't see. You're so welcome,
Thank
Cindy.
you. All right. I think she left. I'm going to go on to another question. All right. Yes.
Hmm.
Say gay, gay, gay. Celtic Seer, are you still here?
Oh, the anniversary of her passing or the anniversary of her marriage. The card chipped out.
Thank you, Carrie. Blessings to you. All right, Celtic Seer, are you still here? I want to make sure our last person that's here is somebody.
I know.
That's in
I hear ya. I don't see her.
I don't know. And you watch, I'll switch the question, then she'll pop up.
Yeah, totally.
Judith, are you here? 3 times the charm.
Judith, totally.
All right, Judith. Yes, you're still here. Thank you. I see.
Will my son's girlfriend find an insurance job soon?
What's the son's girlfriend's name, Judith? Ooh. I had a flipper.
Me too.
Coming true. Good news.
Delight. Delight, delight. Mm-hmm. I feel hesitation though.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like she's a little.
Like, does she actually really want an insurance job? I mean, with all due respect, I sense a little bit of hesitation. So I don't know if that's the confidence, or if that she's really, and yeah, interesting. But delight. They say delight. Delight, delight. Mimi. Oh, cool name. Mimi.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Blessing. Hi, Earth Mama. Yeah, probably the confidence. Yeah.
Probably with confidence. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I feel like wherever she goes, though, I feel like there's some good money coming in. You have the 10 of Pentacles coming through. So that could be the end of the cycle with a job, or it's like the family money, really abundant money, and those dreams coming true. So I think she's going to be well with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like to get some, like, to just be mindful of the energy that she's putting out. So really going back to that place of peace within, which will help the confidence, and that will present as desirable for the employer. I feel like it's like, has she got a few no's? Because I feel like there's like, and so, focusing on that versus the no as it's just not the right, it's just not meant to be, the encouragement for another possibility. But that, yeah, the 2 cards that I did pull were the delight card and the pleasure. So it feels, I mean, this card makes me feel like it is a bit of a journey for her to walk, and that, yeah, I do see that. Yeah, I mean, if that's actually really what she wants to do, that yes, it will transpire. It does feel good. That's what the cards are saying.
Interesting. Judith says that her mom passed, and she thinks that she has some inheritance, and that could be that family money card that came flying now.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. That's why, because I'm like, there's hesitation. Like, does she really want it? I'm like, yeah, there was something there. And that card, interesting. That's the money. It's what card is it?
10 of Pentacles. So it's like the last of the Pentacles, the money cards.
Okay.
You get into the few cards. So it's kind of like, and you don't see it so much in this, but in the traditional Rider Waite, it's like a family with like intense wealth.
That's interesting.
So it can be family money. Yeah, I get that she's definitely been struggling. Like the energy feels off. I think you said that she had a couple like no's for like applications or interviews that she applied for. So yeah, I feel like it's been off, and she's feeling very kind of stuck at the moment. That confidence is lacking. But what I'm feeling too is she's not looking at the bigger picture, or she's very focused on like a certain jobs, and she needs to branch out and see these other ones. She's so focused on this one cup. Yeah, see right there that these other opportunities are here for her if she'll open up her mind. But I get that she's worked very hard to get where she's at now. The cycle is changing, so I do see a new job coming in for sure, and some good news above her. So I think she'll be very happy with this new job. I think it's going to pay really well, but she's kind of going to get out of her head a little bit and let go of those past rejections that she's feeling.
Yeah.
And open up her mind a little bit to new possibilities too. It doesn't have to be. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of insurance jobs that you can find. I think she's focused on one, and Spirit's saying to, open those possibilities up.
Yep.
But yes, I do see something good coming in for her, Judith. All right, everyone. Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
No, it just brings what you're saying. It brings clarity to the card about like just the path, and then they showed me a ladder, and it's like just wanting to get to the top rung. It's like you got to do the ones before, and so it just feels like within her energy, it's like it's okay to want this, but there's still a process to get there, and so letting something go to let something in, we still have to climb that or walk that or earn the right kind of in the process of achieving that goal. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, cool.
All right, well, thanks for the question, Judith, and thank you everybody for hanging out. I want to I was going to say something, I forgot it.
I thought you were going to sneeze.
No,
I want to achoo.
Lost it. Anyway, so I was going to say, please go over to Kevin's channel and subscribe. It's Kevin the Healing Medium. I have it in the description box. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I haven't heard from Mel today, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be on my channel tonight at 8, which I'm always excited to work with Mel. I do have some openings up this week. If anybody's interested in a Reiki session or a reading, you can email me. I have that in the description box. And I also have Kevin's website if anybody's interested in a reading with Kevin the Healing Medium. That is in the description box as well. Is there anything that you'd like to share before we leave? Any collabs or anything coming up with your channel?
I'm doing a live tomorrow on my channel with Lisa. Yeah, with Lisa, Spirit and Tutor Tarot. Actually, the 3 of us should do something too. That would be a good one.
Yeah, it would be fun. I think we're going to work with Lisa once.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. And as far as my website, I'm actually, I love my website and I'm about to love it even more. I'm going to do a little update. I've got someone who's actively working on it. So I'm excited about that, just to clarify a few things. And personal readings, I think I'm booking into July, just to put it out there. I only do 6 to 8 weeks in advance because I was so booked in advance and I kept saying no to so many people. So managing that, I scaled it back. So, but yeah, thank you, Kevin. It was a pleasure, as I knew it would be. And it's wonderful. Great readings. And to the chat family, thank you all. Wonderful questions. And hopefully if you didn't get your question answered, that you got little postcards through someone else's message, because Spirit works that way. They don't leave us exclusive. So even though you might not get all the information, or it might not be, your question, picked exactly, there's always potential for message in that. So yeah, I love you all. Yeah, thank you so much.
And go over to his channel tomorrow when he's on with Lisa. If we missed your question, you can get to it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. I hope that you all have a blessed day, and I will see you all later. You all take care of yourselves. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you.